Good morning, good morning, good morning. We are having breakfast on the terrace at Hotel de Paris. This is day 4 in Montreal, and on today's agenda is some garden tours and some walking tours of the underground city. So we're excited for this day, and it is a gorgeous day out. Great weather, great fun, a great time here in Montreal. Stay with us. All right, what do you think of Montreal?
It's good.
It's good. What's the best part?
Castles. Oh yeah, castles. And grilled cheese sandwiches. Paris. Paris. What Paris?
All right, so we are heading out to Rue Saint-Denis, and we are in the heart of downtown Montreal, and we are excited for such a beautiful day. Nestled in the heart of Montreal, the Latin Quarter buzzes with the vibrancy of intellectual thought, bohemian spirit, and the echoes of a rich and colorful past. This beloved neighborhood, reminiscent of Paris's own Quartier Latin, has evolved through the centuries from a quiet settlement by the St. Lawrence to a bustling hub of student life and cultural activity. Let's journey through the captivating history of Montreal's Latin Quarter, where legends and tales weave through the cobblestone streets. In the 19th century, as Montreal expanded eastward, an area near today's Barrie UQAM metro station began to thrive. Its strategic location near the river made it a nexus of commerce and academia. Inspired by the famed Parisian Latin Quarter, home to the Sorbonne, Montreal's own Latin Quarter drew in intellectuals and artists seeking coffee-fueled debate and inspiration in its myriad cafes and bookshops. As the 20th century dawned, the Latin Quarter was pulsing with the energy of ideas and innovation. The neighborhood became synonymous with education and artistry, greatly influenced by the presence of the University of Quebec, UQAM. Tales of legendary figures who roamed the streets, poets, thinkers, and dreamers added a mystical layer to its appeal. It is said that on misty evenings, the ghosts of the fervent debaters can be heard and their spirited arguments echoing through the alleys. Among the enduring legends of the Latin Quarter is the mysterious book thief of Saint-Denis Street, a phantom figure who will borrow books from unsuspecting students only to return them days later with cryptic notes in the margins. Another beloved tale is that of the nightly minstrel, a ghostly musician whose melodies fill the air during the full moon, a remnant of the boisterous jazz era that swept through Montreal in the mid-20th century. The latter half of the 20th century saw the Latin Quarter face challenges of urban decay and economic downturns, yet the 1990s and 2000s brought a renaissance fueled by revitalization efforts that transformed public spaces and invited cultural festivities back to its streets. The district became home to parts of the Montreal Jazz Festival and the Montreal World Film Festival, reclaiming its place as a cultural powerhouse. Today, the Latin Quarter stands as a vibrant mosaic of history, legend, and modernity. Its theaters, cinemas, and galleries are buzzing with creativity, while the area's bistros and bars brim with the lively chatter of a new generation of students and intellectuals. Legends of the past blend with the contemporary pulse of life, making the Latin Quarter not just a place to visit, but a place to experience. In the Latin Quarter of Montreal, every corner tells a story, every shadow has a legend, and every street echoes with the footsteps of history. This is a neighborhood where the past dances with the present, and where every visitor can feel the pulse of a city alive with stories waiting to be discovered. In Montreal's heart, where cobblestones lay, I wander the Latin Quarter by day, Past cafes that whisper of bygone tales, under balconies where laughter sails. Along Rue Saint-Denis, a vibrant thread with bookshops and bistros ahead. Jazz notes float from an open bar, melodies traveling from afar. Murals paint the stories bold, in colors bright and themes untold. A cat cafe, a quiet nook in every corner, a new look. Evening falls, lights twinkle on, the spirit of the quarter never gone. In this city space so wildly sown, every step feels like home. After our walk around the Latin Quarter and grabbing a quick snack at the local market, we decided to head on to the Montreal Botanical Gardens. Alright, so we are at the entrance of the Botanical Gardens. We also are here near the insectarium, the entrance of the insectarium. If you like edible bugs, this is the spot because they have edible bugs in there. And you can find out what bugs are beneficial to us and which ones aren't. Okay, so here I am at the Montreal Botanical Gardens, and we are getting ready to enter the Chinese garden. The Montreal Botanical Gardens, a verdant sanctuary located near Montreal's Olympic Stadium, offers a fascinating blend of history, horticulture, and artistry that has charmed visitors since its inception. Here we have the water garden, really. So we have lily flowers, some lotus blossoms. This is really neat. The idea for the Montreal Botanical Gardens was conceived in the early 20th century by Brother Marie Victorine, a noted botanist and a member of the University of Montreal's faculty. Concerned about the city's lack of major botanical institution, he envisioned a garden that would serve both scientific and public needs. The Great Depression of the 1930s saw this vision come to life as the project provided much-needed jobs. The gardens officially opened on June 9, 1931. Architecturally, the garden was shaped significantly by Henry Toucher, the garden's first horticulturist and designer. Under his guidance, the garden expanded rapidly, and by the 1950s, it was recognized as one of the world's leading botanical gardens. Spread over 75 hectares, the Montreal Botanical Gardens is home to over 22,000 plant species, 10 greenhouse complexes, and more than 20 thematic gardens. Some of the most notable include the Chinese Garden. This is one of the largest of its kind outside of China, created in collaboration with the city of Shanghai. It features traditional pavilions, a peaceful lake, and a collection of a 1,000-year-old limestone formation. The Japanese Garden, designed by landscape architect Ken Nakajima in 1988. This garden is a model of Zen serenity featuring flowing waters, koi ponds, and Japanese flora. The First Nations Garden. This garden highlights plants significant to Canada's Indigenous cultures and features sculptures and totems made by Native artists. The Alpine Garden. Here, visitors can explore rock gardens showcasing mountain flora from around the world. The gardens are not only a place of beauty, but also a center for botanical science and education. It houses extensive research and conservation programs, including the cultivation of rare species and habitats. Educational programs cater to all ages, promoting environmental stewardship and the importance of biodiversity. Throughout the year, the gardens host various cultural events and festivals that draw thousands of visitors. The Magic of Lanterns, Festival in the Chinese Garden, and the Butterflies Go Free exhibit in the greenhouses are particularly popular. These events highlight the garden's role in promoting cultural exchange and appreciation for biodiversity. As the Montreal Botanical Gardens continues to grow, it remains committed to its founding vision. As the Montreal Botanical Gardens continues to grow, it remains committed to its founding vision of serving both the public and the scientific community. It is not only a place of refuge and beauty in urban Montreal, but also a testament to the importance of botanical gardens in our understandings and appreciation of the natural world. Whether you are a botany enthusiast, a lover of beauty, or someone interested in the interplay of culture and nature, the Montreal Botanical Gardens offer a rich, educative, and enjoyable experience that stands as a beacon of nature, conservation, and botanical education.
Day here in Montreal. We are at the Chinese Botanical Gardens, and it is absolutely stunning, as you can see.
The Montreal Botanical Gardens, with its sprawling landscapes and diverse ecosystems, serves not only as a haven for plant lovers, but also as a repository of enchanting legends and stories. Nestled within the heart of the Montreal Botanical Gardens is the First Nations Garden, a space dedicated to the indigenous plants and cultures of Canada. Legends say that if one listens closely, the spirits of the First Nations ancestors can be heard whispering through the leaves. These whispers are believed to be messages of wisdom and guidance, urging modern visitors to reconnect with nature and respect the delicate balance of the ecosystems. The garden features native sculptures and totems, which some visitors claim to see come alive under the moonlight, guarding the sacred knowledge of the land. The Chinese garden, particularly during the Magic of Lanterns festival, is steeped in romance and mystique. It is said that the lanterns floating on the lake are not just decorative, but carry the unfulfilled wishes of star-crossed lovers. Each lantern represents a love story, with some locals believing that writing your name and that of a lost love on a lantern can lead to reconciliation or closure. On quiet evenings, some visitors have reported seeing the lanterns move against the current as if guided by the longing spirits of lovers seeking each other in the afterlife. The Rose Garden is home to hundreds of rose species, but it is also said to be watched over by the timeless gardener, a figure occasionally seen by the early morning staff and mistaken for a fellow worker. Described as an elderly man in an old-fashioned gardening attire, he is said to tend the roses with exceptional care, whispering to them and nurturing even the most wilted back to health. Those who claim to have seen him say he vanishes whenever he approached, leaving behind only the freshest blooms and the faint scent of a mysterious cologne. Among the rockeries and alpine blooms, there lies a rumored secret tunnel in the Alpine Garden. This tunnel, according to urban legend, was a part of the Prohibition-era route used for smuggling rare plant specimens into Canada to save them from being destroyed or sold during the economic hardships of the 1930s. Gardeners whisper about hidden entrances among the stones, and some adventurous souls have spent nights trying to uncover this hidden passage, drawn by tales of lost botanical treasures. The medicinal plant garden is rich with plants used by various cultures for healing and spiritual practices. Legends tell of a mysterious ailment that plagued Montreal in the early 1940s. According to local lore, a cure was desperately sought and finally found within the boundaries of this garden, where an uncommon herb provided the remedy. Ever since, some visitors come to the garden not just for leisure but in search of healing, often leaving small tokens of gratitude beside their plant of interest. Each story and legend that surrounds the Montreal Botanical Gardens not only enhances its allure, but also deepens the connection between the natural world and the cultural tapestry of the city, making every visit a potentially magical exploration. Whether these tales are grounded in truth or blossom from rich soils of imagination, they invite visitors to look beyond the botanical beauty and into the realm of the mysterious. In the tranquil heart of Montreal's embrace, a garden whispers tales of a distant place. Through the gate of the Chinese garden, step lightly, where the air is perfumed subtly and sprightly. Bamboo shadows paint the winding path, their leaves swaying, a gentle aftermath of a breeze that carries secrets old, and whispers of jade and whispers of gold. Lotus blossoms float serene, and ponds like mirrors, depths unseen. Their pink hues a tender brushstroke on the water's canvas softly spoke. A bridge arches over tranquil streams, underneath koi glide in sunlit dreams. Their scales flicker like coins in a well, where wishes sleep and quiet tales swell. The pagoda stands silent and wise, a guardian of stories beneath sapphire skies. Its saves catch the light of the setting sun, holding the day until it is done. Willows weep to the rhythm of peace, their branches a ballet, a slow release. Each leaf a note and a symphony played by the wind in the cool of the garden's shade. As dusk descends, lanterns aglow, casting soft shadows on the paths below. Each light a beacon, a gentle fire, guiding thought to a place higher. In this garden, time does not rush. The world outside becomes a hush. Steps linger here where spirits dance in a quiet pulse of a timeless trance.
So here we are at the Montreal Botanical Gardens. We're inside of the greenhouses and it's actually gorgeous. It's a good way to take a break from the hot sun outside. What's PFK chips? Legit tastes like KFC. That is weird. PFK.
Now we are entering the Japanese bonsai garden. The art of the bonsai, which translates to planted in a container in Japanese, originates from an ancient Chinese horticultural practice known as pinjing or pinzai. This practice involves creating miniature landscapes that depicted idealized views of nature. These miniature landscapes often included rocks, trees, and sometimes water features designed to convey philosophical concepts and showcase natural beauty in a confined space.
So why you like this bonsai tree?
Because it's big, but not that one.
And the Japanese gardens in Montreal Botanical Gardens.
C'est bonne manière, oui. Il faut laisser ce côté-là parce que sinon c'est dessous puis il y a des papas.
It's a ticket. So we have our tickets for the botanical tasting show, which is getting ready to start.
Because if you just...
Qui est le père du chef. So, welcome some recipes from Haiti. But first of all,
principalement ce qu'on va faire comme action avec tous les ingrédients que je vois ici. Donc, je mets un peu la quantité de trempé que je mets à J'accroche à la main, ce qui est quand même assez facile. Qui donne une forme qui ressemble à ça, qui, quand on passe un peu plus de temps, ça donne quelque chose de plus uniforme comme ça. Donc, l'idée, c'est de
It's good, but they're right. It's super spicy. It's like a bread. The cabbage is what?
Spicy. Well, this is way too spicy. This is fine.
Okay.
But almond. It's spicy, but not that spicy.
It's spicy. Did you try that? So I think I'm stuck eating children's Haitian tacos. It is super spicy. It's actually, I mean, it's not bad. This is really spicy. walking / hiking to the Notre Dame Basilica to see the light show. Stay tuned.
Notre Dame Basilica, located in the historic district of Old Montreal, is not only a pinnacle of neo-Gothic architecture, but also a beacon of cultural and spiritual significance. Built in the early 19th century, the basilica stands as a testament to Montreal's rich religious heritage and its evolving artistic landscape. The exterior, with its grand scale and ornate detail, features a dramatic facade adorned with statues of saints who look solemnly over the Place d'Armes Square, hinting at the splendor inside. The real magic, however, unfolds during the Aura Light Show. This spectacle, created by the Montreal-based multimedia company Moment Factory, transforms the already breathtaking interior into a living canvas of light and sound. The show begins with a gentle illumination of the basilica's features. Soft beams of light trace the contours of the columns and arches, slowly revealing the ornate carvings and statues. The light then builds in intensity, bathing the entire space in vibrant colors that shift and dance to a stirring orchestral soundtrack. The Aura show was undoubtedly the highlight of our trip to Montreal, and we would highly recommend it, and we would certainly come back and see it again.